Legal team calls that search a violation of his constitutional rights, and they're demanding an evidentiary hearing. Not so fast, though. Prosecutors defend the seizure. They say the notes were obtained during a nationwide, pre-planned sweep.
Tell you the real from the front line. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked, wicked, wicked. So you be careful.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing if you know what I'm saying? I need you out there. You feel me?
Yeah. I hear you. Yes, sir.
This is all cap. This is cap. Now, Floyd, I don't know if Floyd Mayweather is so used to deceiving and fooling niggas that he thought he could fool the actual business insiders because a deal like this.
A recently surfaced audio recording, reportedly released by CNN, is drawing serious attention by allegedly connecting Floyd Mayweather to a $400 million tax controversy. The clip, which is spreading quickly across social platforms, is said to feature a private discussion that hints at the boxing star's involvement in a complex financial arrangement. According to the recording, the situation may include the use of offshore accounts, layered corporate entities, and assets that were never publicly declared. If accurate, these claims directly challenge Mayweather's long-standing image of financial strength and control. Beyond the impact on his reputation, the alleged details in the audio also bring up major legal and ethical concerns regarding how his wealth may have been managed behind scenes.
Floyd Mayweather is about to pay $2 billion to purchase a sports team and may never have to pay taxes again. The tax code offers these super wealthy so many methods to erase their income through deductions, and none is better than purchasing a sports team. Buying a sports team is like buying a unicorn real estate property. The value is always going to go up, the owner is going to make money, but on their tax return, they're going to use a strategy to report that they're losing money. See, the owner is actually allowed to write off the entire cost of the sports team against future income. This will allow Floyd to pay less in taxes. It's called amortization, which is very similar to depreciation. But if Floyd ever decides to sell the team, then the taxes will be owed. Who cares then? Because the taxes he was supposed to pay during those years, he's going to take that money, reinvest it for personal profit. See you, Floyd. Hit your boy up if you need help with taxes. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very easy to understand. Give me a follow to stay educated.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is expanding his footprint in New York City through a major real estate move, with reports indicating a $42 million investment focus on affordable housing. The acquisition includes a collection of more than 60 properties, largely situated in Upper Manhattan, adding up to roughly 1,000 housing units. This step highlights a notable shift toward large-scale residential development within the city.
The biggest flexer in the culture, Floyd Mayweather, would take to Instagram to announce that he just bought multifamily units in Manhattan for $400 million. All right, he would say he got 62 properties exact, took a photo op, the multifamily units is in the back, and he would say this is money out of his own pocket.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
He emphasized that he operates independently, noting that he has no partners involved and that every retail space within his buildings is fully under his ownership. This deal is shaping up to rank among the largest multifamily property transactions the city has seen in recent years. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has also shared that the investment carries strong personal meaning, pointing to his modest upbringing and his desire to support access to affordable living. The buildings are anticipated to qualify for Article 11 tax exemptions, a factor that will help maintain lower housing costs for residents over the long term.
I want to talk about now, because yesterday in the New York Post they talked about this, and I saw it on social media. I was like, I don't know, I don't believe it. But now it's like, my man, you've got a $400 million Manhattan real estate portfolio?
Not just 400 million. So it's a lot more, but that's just one of the portfolios I happen to purchase in 2024.
Wow. And that's how it's blossoming.
Well, you know, the number is growing each and every day. Like I said, the number is growing each and every day. That's one of my buildings in Manhattan. And as you can see, everything down bottom, from top to bottom I own, all the way down. And I'm truly, truly blessed.
Yeah.
Truly, truly blessed.
You're blessed.
He expressed deep gratitude, saying he feels genuinely fortunate and blessed by his success. As Floyd Mayweather Jr. publicly celebrated what he described as a $400 million real estate acquisition in Manhattan. Business Insider has raised questions about whether the deal is as it appears. Their reporting suggests there is limited proof linking him directly to the purchase of the portfolio, which reportedly includes more than 60 residential buildings. Industry professionals and available property records have yet to verify his ownership or confirm his role as a buyer.
This world, a deal like this gets talked about. People know about it beforehand. It's something that really shakes up the market. So for this to happen and for nobody to know about it was very strange. And, you know, it came across the radar of the experts and they did their digging and they found out that Floyd Mayweather is full of fish. Business Insider launched an investigation and Floyd Mayweather claims that all the buildings belong to him and he don't have any partners and he just purchased 62 rental units in Manhattan. At the end of their investigation, they would come to a conclusion that Floyd Mayweather claims do not appear to match reality. All right, they would say a month after Mayweather's announcement, none of the buildings have changed hands. So the owners of the building can be seen. Like, these is public records. It will say, according to New York City property records, which are usually updated within days of a sale. Several experts says a deal to sell the properties outright to Mayweather does not seem imminent. Now, here's where the funny business starts. You see how Mayweather said he owns all the properties, he have no partners, right? So he got tipped off that Business Insider was doing an investigation.
Some observers believe Floyd Mayweather Jr. could be overstating or inaccurately portraying his involvement in the transaction to reinforce his reputation as a high-profile businessman. Analysts in the financial sector also point out that deals of this magnitude are usually handled by large investment groups or established development companies, rather than a single individual without clearly documented ownership. This ongoing doubt has sparked broader discussion about the true extent of his wealth and whether his high-end public image is backed by verifiable assets or carefully managed branding. At this stage, the reality behind the reported $400 million deal remains unclear, and questions surrounding it continue to intensify.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself, what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these buildings and it's a larger, it's part of an investment that he did on his own.
An individual connected to Floyd Mayweather Jr., speaking anonymously, has intensified the ongoing doubts by stating that no investment partner is known to be involved in the reported Manhattan property deal. This account challenges early assumptions that he might be collaborating with a larger firm through a joint venture or behind-the-scenes partnership. Instead, The source indicated that Mayweather is presenting himself as the only party behind the purchase, even as the size of the transaction continues to raise concerns among real estate professionals.
A member of his team spoke off the record, and they actually tried to modify the story a little bit to get ahead of it. So it went from we own all the buildings with no partners to now their story is changing up a little bit. Oh, they reached out to the Housing Partnership, a spokesperson. Now, the Housing Partnership of NYC is a nonprofit group that is a partner in a majority of these like really huge like property deals. And it helps, the person buying it to qualify for tax breaks and grants and preserve the affordability of the portfolio apartments, right? If you're buying, affordable housing, then you're gonna go through the NYC Housing Partnership. That never happened, okay? So the spokesperson says the Housing Partnership has not been advised of any sale, pending sale, or change in ownership. Generally, the partnership will be advised of the transfer and will be party to the transfer. That has not occurred. A person directly, now here's where Mayweather get on that BS, bruh. All right, here's where the shady business starts. A person directly involved in the deal with Mayweather said that Mayweather had purchased a small minority ownership interest in the portfolio with options to expand that stake over time or acquire the buildings in their entirety. It is not clear if Mayweather will exercise those options. The person asked to remain anonymous to speak about a confidential arrangement with Mayweather. So off the rip, he lied, right? He misrepresented it to come across as if he owns 62 units, is a $400 million deal. I have no partners in this.
The insider's remarks have further intensified doubts surrounding the deal, particularly because there is still no clear documentation or independent verification. If accurate, it could suggest that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is either overstating his involvement or operating through a complicated structure that has not yet been made public. At the same time, his reported move into affordable housing has sparked discussion about whether the strategy carries financial advantages beyond the surface. Some of the properties tied to the deal are believed to qualify for Article 11 tax exemptions, a program in New York City that can offer property tax relief for up to 40 years on qualifying developments. These incentives are intended to encourage the creation and preservation of lower-cost housing by easing the tax burden on property owners. For investors, such benefits can lead to substantial savings over time, potentially increasing the overall return on the project.
That's going to be their future, etc. But real estate is a great opportunity for them to, move forward, show that they've been successful in something, have that piece to stand on.
I don't know if you've seen the recent videos with Floyd Mayweather. Have you seen this where he's walking down the streets in, I think it's Brooklyn or New York, and he's doing it very softly, like, yeah, I own this whole building. Like, he owns blocks, right? So he's done a nice job with transitioning into real estate as well.
Yeah, he's made a lot of money in real estate, and all kind of as not flashy real estate. But generally speaking, buying, simple working class apartments and holding them for, 10 years. And, that's kind of the big piece of real estate is they just always go up a little bit, and sometimes they go up a lot, but they're headed up in general because of inflation. Effectively, everyone living there is paying you 20 to 30% of their income to rent from you. And, so it's a great long-term asset to hold.
And it's not always about, this term, what you make, but it's what you keep. That really, really matters.
This situation isn't the first time Floyd Mayweather Jr. has faced scrutiny over financial matters. In a previous case, both he and DJ Khaled were linked to a cryptocurrency venture known as Centratech. The company promoted its digital currency by claiming it had established partnerships with major payment networks like Visa and MasterCard, but those claims turned out to be false. Investors were misled about the project's credibility and backing. Both Mayweather and Khaled publicly supported the company's initial coin offering without revealing that they had been paid for their promotion. Reports later showed that Mayweather earned $100,000 for his endorsement, while Khaled received $50,000. Their involvement helped draw attention to the project, which ultimately collapsed leaving investors with substantial losses.
Did you get Mayweather and Khaled on? How much did you have to pay them?
So we had like connections through Miami club scene, right? Like, and those type of guys, you just fucking, you talk to a guy that knows them. They ask them how much they'll do a commercial for or whatever the fuck it is. And like Floyd's price was $1 million, right? But we ended up paying Floyd mostly in the currency that we had made. So we basically paying him with fake money, and we paid him like $250,000 cash, and then like the $750,000 in Centra coins, which was like fucking, you know, who the fuck cares? And right away, you know, he puts out, like, I don't know who the fuck's listening to Floyd Mayweather for where to invest. You know, kind of retarded in my opinion, but fuck it. You know, he puts out one commercial. We sent him like a fake card that was just basically one of our debit cards. He swipes it. He's like buying fucking underwear with my bitcoins, you know, that type of fucking thing. And millions of dollars just came flooding in right from that fucking post.
He just fucking loves money.
Yeah. He'll do any sort of fucking ad.
Yeah.
You can send him a deal, and if you give him $1 million, he fucking...
Cryptocurrency, I mean, it's the new wave. It's what everybody's doing. And I started, you know, of course I started with boxing, but then of course now it's real estate. My real estate portfolio is crazy, but I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed. And if cryptocurrency is the new wave, you know what? Be the best.
Now, Sandra and John, I try to save that for you, but as you know, the champ will do what the champ wants to do.
In the Netflix documentary Bitcoin, Ray Trapani, who was later convicted of fraud, explains how he helped run the Centratech crypto scheme, which brought in millions by making misleading promises to investors. To boost credibility and reach, he recruited high-profile figures such as Floyd Mayweather and DJ Khaled, using their huge online audiences to promote the project. Trapani claimed that Mayweather wasn't particularly informed about the situation, implying the boxer didn't fully understand that the operation was illegitimate. Despite that, both Mayweather and Khaled ended up facing consequences from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for promoting the project without revealing they had been paid. Regulators charged the two celebrities with illegally endorsing securities, resulting in financial penalties. Mayweather paid $614,775, while Khaled paid $152,725 at the center of the scheme. Centratech's founders, including Saurabh Sharma, were eventually taken into custody. They were later convicted of wire fraud and conspiracy after defrauding investors of nearly $25 million.
Investors are accusing the celebrities of promoting a no-name crypto called Ethereum Max.
Do your homework, do your research.
I would not move forward with an endorsement that a celebrity had recommended just on the fact that they were a celebrity.
Kajanwa Moit teaches branding and marketing at Parsons School of Design at the New School.
You know, they did what every scammer would normally do, which is to name it after something that is trusted. In fact, what we came to find is Ethereum Max has nothing to do with Ethereum. It doesn't even sit on the Ethereum blockchain, but it's a way of duping people.
Floyd Mayweather has crafted a public image centered on luxury and excess. Whether it's high-end cars, personalized jewelry, or piles of cash, he consistently puts his wealth on display without hesitation. This bold, flashy presentation has long been a key part of how he defines his brand. However, while his success in boxing, sponsorships, and various business ventures has earned him enormous wealth, not every financial move tied to his name has been free of controversy. On several occasions, his participation in promotional deals has sparked questions about the ethics behind those partnerships.
I'm always bringing the people into my life. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I have to bring you guys into my life on a daily basis. Check it out. Check out my view again. Once again, I should say. The Michael Jackson steps.
The Centratech scandal stands out as a case where he did not reveal that he was being paid to promote a cryptocurrency company that later turned out to be fraudulent. Although he reached a settlement with the SEC and paid the required fines, incidents like this show how celebrity-backed financial endorsements can sometimes give investors a wrong impression. Even so, Mayweather continues to hold significant influence. Despite facing criticism, his fortune and standing within both the sports and entertainment industries have largely remained unaffected.
According to CoinDesk and Floyd Mayweather Instagram, he's promoting central tech card, spending bitcoins, Ethereum, and other types of cryptocurrency in Beverly Hills with my titanium central card. This is just really so cool. And let me show you another video. Pause it for a sec. Yeah, so I wanted to show you the video. And yes, if Mayweather is showing this card, this is definitely a deal. I have invested in ICR.
Floyd Mayweather has also faced criticism over his association with certain NFT and cryptocurrency ventures that drew attention from both investors and regulators. Blockchain researcher Zach XBT has alleged that Mayweather promoted a number of suspicious projects, including a token named Floyd, which he advertised on social media before later removing the posts. This situation reflects a broader pattern seen in the past, when Mayweather publicly backed ventures such as Mayweather NFTs, Real Floyd NFT, Ethereum Max, Bald Bunny, and Moonshot. Many of these projects have since been viewed within the crypto community as questionable or even fraudulent.
You won't believe this. Floyd Mayweather is back in the NFT space to launch his metaverse called Mayoverse. There will be 5,000 NFTs with different utility, rarity levels, and rewards. But this NFT project is after a series of NFT and crypto scams he's started and promoted throughout the years. Some abandoned projects are Centra ICO, Ethereum Max, Floyd NFT, Bored Bunny, scamming his supporters for over more than $5 million. What do you think? Follow for more NFT news.
Floyd Mayweather's lavish way of living continues to fuel discussion. What's your take? Are his financial moves legitimate, or do they cross the line? Share your opinion in the comments below.